ভারতের উপকূলবর্তী অঞ্চলে তীব্র হচ্ছে জলবায়ুর সংকট নিয়ে প্রেসক্লাবে সাংবাদিকদের মুখোমুখি আজিম প্রেমজি বলেন, বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের সাম্প্রতিক রিপোর্ট অনুযায়ী ভারতের উপকূলবর্তী অঞ্চলগুলোতে জলবায়ু সংকট তীব্র হচ্ছে। 2040 সালের মধ্যে দেশের গড় তাপমাত্রা 1.5 পর্যন্ত বাড়তে পারে, যা উপকূলের 40টি জেলায় প্রভাব ফেলবে। কেরল ও তামিলনাড়ুতে বিপজ্জনক ওয়েটপাল্ব উত্তাপ এবং মুম্বই সুরাটে ভারী বর্ষণ বৃদ্ধি পাবে। ওড়িশায় সমুদ্রের জলস্তর বৃদ্ধির ফলে উপকূল ক্ষয় ত্বরান্বিত হচ্ছে। পশ্চিমবঙ্গের সুন্দরবন ও পূর্ব মেদিনীপুরে তাপমাত্রা ও লবণাক্ততা বাড়ায় কৃষি ও জনস্বাস্থ্য মারাত্মক হুমকির মুখে। এই পরিস্থিতি মোকাবিলায় স্থানীয় স্তরে দ্রুত টেকসই পরিকাঠামো ও অভিযোজন পরিকল্পনা গড়ে তোলা জরুরি। রিপোর্টার শম্পা দাস, কলকাতা।
Right? So when it comes to summer maximum temperature, this is on the left hand side. What we are showing is the overall historic average summer temperature that the coastal regions are having. The journalists in the media. Then we talk about the teachers and students and activists and civil society organizations. So when we try to make this data available, and we actually try, this is climate modeling projection that we are releasing. It is part of the overall framework that actually we are trying to work. Again, that SSPs, let's see, we are working on these two, and SSP, when we say there are 5 shared socioeconomic pathways, SSP1 is basically when things are extremely right, sustainable pathways. SSP2 is middle of the road pathways. SSP3 is rural rivalry. SSP4 is inequality. SSP5 is possible development. So actually middle is the largest one because it impacts us directly. And this is what we have been experiencing in the last decade or so. And these are some of the pictures. This is probably it is catastrophe that happened in northeast India, Himachal. This is the collapse of the ground in Himachal, and these are like Arutani. And this is then this is basically a very interesting event that happened in a hailstorm, very high hailstorm in summer time, right? And the connection of human to climate warming has been well established, right? And just to summarize some of the key points that the last IPCC report, they summarized for us. The world as a whole is warmed up by about 1 degree Celsius on an average since the last industrial era. And then what is projected, on an average, the world is going to see about 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature increase in the next, say, 20-30 years.
As part of our outreach, we also do a lot of incisive research into topics which have real-world relevance. And one of the topics that we have been working on for the past many years is talking about how climate change is going to impact our country in a much more, granular and specific manner. So, the report that we are presenting today, this is the third series of events that we have done. The first, this report talks about the Indian coastal region across India and the impact that we are going to see in the very near future from 2021 to 2040. We launched this report in Mumbai 2-3 weeks back, and then subsequently we took it to Madras and Chennai, and now we have brought it to Kolkata. The idea here is to foster these, deliberations about how we are seeing those changes right as we speak. Even today, just yesterday, what we did a very interesting exercise. We have a thermal camera which actually captures the feeling right now. The second most important thing is it talks about, the geography of India in a very granular manner. So the data that you see here is, again, there are many great researchers and scientists who have got a very interesting report starting from IPCC and all down to different institutions. But you don't see this kind of granularity in terms of what is going to be the impact on, say, Ernakulam, or for that matter, when we talk about Mumbai or we talk about Kolkata. So these kind of impacts bring that immediate resonance with the people and the kind of thing. What is going to happen? The Arctic ice will melt and it will result in sea water level rise and possibly the extinction of the polar bears. That is, cities across the world. Kolkata has faced the maximum number of temperature rise, and these are data that I'm quoting some of the data points that is available. 2.5 degrees kind of the increase that you have seen. The Bay of Bengal, for that matter.
Professor Shantanu Goswami.
Any other thing?
Yeah, I'm an associate director for School of Climate Change and Sustainability, and I am also a professor of climate change at Azim Private University. Cities, right? Urban coastal cities like Bombay and Kolkata. When you're thinking about higher humidity, higher temperature, then you really have to think about what people are going to be facing in those hot and humid conditions, right? So in Indian mega cities, so you can say in general in India about 50% of the working population work outside, right? In an area where you don't have air conditioning, right? Now you think about very high level of thermal discomfort, which may lead to heat strokes or conditions. And I think it's a very high time for us to think about how we're going to be saving that population, right? So that's why when we are releasing these climate projections, so we sort of believe that we believe that with more awareness about what's coming our way when it comes to climate, or I'm going to say the bad climate conditions, I think that we should be thinking about the adaptation, towards some of these disastrous conditions, right? So hopefully you can talk about this more. Hopefully you can work on this more so that we can save a lot more people. So 2021 to 2040, that we are releasing as part of our climate projection initiative and also as part of our climate data democracy initiative. So here in Kolkata, we wanted to come in here because Kolkata is a coastal city, and if I want to summarize how the Kolkata's projections are going to look like, so Kolkata is going to see a increasing mean temperature of 27.6 degrees Celsius for this period, which is going to be 1.67 degrees Celsius increase from our baseline period of 1960s. And daily maximum temperature is projected to reach 32.44 degrees Celsius on an average for this 20-year period, which is going to be an increase of 2.2 degrees Celsius from the 60s baseline period, right? So maximum summer temperature is projected to reach 41 degrees Celsius. This is going to be an increase of 2.3 degrees Celsius from our baseline. And the minimum winter temperature is also going to increase by 2.5 degrees Celsius from our baseline, right? When it comes to rainfall, so annual rainfall is going to have 331 millimeter increase from the baseline period of 60s, which is going to be about 1631 millimeter, and the southwest monsoon is going to see an increase of 279 mm from the baseline period, and northeast monsoon is also actually going to see an increase by about 100 millimeter from the baseline period.